Mindset, a daily dose of practical wit and wisdom with a professional educator and trainer, Amazon best-selling author, United States Marine, television and radio host, Paul G. Markel. Each episode will focus on positive and productive ways to strengthen your mindset and help you improve your relationships, career goals, and overall well-being. Please welcome your host, Paul G. Markel.
All right. Hello. Welcome back to Morning Mindset. And I, your host, Paul Markel, I'm continuing with my makeup work or my redo. How many of you guys out there absolutely hate going back and redoing something that you've already done? I would rather open the car door and slam my hand in it than go back and redo something that I've already done. Oh, I hate it, but I love you. And because I do, I'm going to redo these because I really don't have a choice. And like I said, if this doesn't sound the way it normally does, it's because I'm not in my padded wall studio today. I am somewhere else on planet Earth with my handy dandy Zoom recorder. And I'm going to record, according to the show notes, this is number 105. How many of you out there either are yourself or you know people who are, quote, addicted to the news? And by addicted to the news, I mean every morning when you wake up, first thing you do is you open your phone or your laptop or your tablet or whatever, or maybe you're retired and the first thing you do is you turn on the television and you start watching the news, or you start flipping through your phone, your tablet, your iPad, whatever, and you start looking at, quote, the news, right? Now, when you say the news, it's the stories that are being put in front of you by Fox News or, Lord help us, CNN or CNBC or whatever. I have to ask you this, though. Is what you're seeing, is what you're reading, are the photos that you're looking at and the story titles that you're reading, do those apply to you in your life, in your area? Or is it just distraction? I'll give you an example. A few weeks ago, I was on the road. I was actually in Detroit, Michigan, or a suburb of Detroit, Michigan, but let's just say Detroit. And I got up, went down into the hotel breakfast area. If you guys have ever traveled, you know the ubiquitous hotel breakfast area where they have the rolls and honey buns and coffee and juice and all that stuff. And for some reason, hotels insist on having some type of a news channel blasting. You know, they got the television up on a mount on the wall, and you walk in there, and I don't know about you, but when I get up in the morning, I'm generally pretty quiet. I like to have quiet. I like to get my cup of coffee and sit and think and so forth. I don't need to hear a news channel blasting news in my ear while I'm trying to drink my coffee in the morning. But for whatever reason, they do that. So here I am in Detroit, Michigan, in a hotel. The morning news is broadcasting a story about a child who has drowned in a swimming pool in Oshkosh. Now, I'm pretty sure if my geography is correct, Oshkosh is in Wisconsin, is it not? Or is it in Indiana? Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I believe it's in Wisconsin. Either way, I wrote the word Oshkosh down. And you say, well, that's terrible. And yes, it is terrible. It's terrible that a child drowned in a swimming pool. It happens. It happens every year. It's just part of, the world. But why do people in Detroit, Michigan need to know all the details of a child drowning in a different state in a swimming pool? Is there anything I can do about it? And you're like, well, obviously, no, you can't. You say, well, should I do something different today to prevent, how does that affect me? And for those of you that are addicted to the news, who feel like you get up every morning, the first thing you do is you open your phone, you start reading the news, you browse the news or whatever. Is it really news? Is it something that can help you to improve your day? Is it something that would help you be safer? For instance, there's a hurricane coming and it's going to hit your town. Okay. That is news that you need to know, right? or there's a snowstorm coming and it's going to blanket your city in 12 to 18 inches of snow in the next 2 days. That's something you need to know, right? But is that what we see? And I will ask you this: when you're done consuming the news for the day, whatever it happens to be, how do you feel? Does it make you depressed? Make you angry? Make you frustrated? Does it leave you with a feeling of helplessness? And if you're honest, most of you out there are probably like, yeah, kind of does. Like every time I look at the news feed, and it doesn't matter where it comes from, I come away with a feeling of either disgust or anger or, depression. I just feel like, what is this world coming to? How does that help you lead a more productive and positive life? A few weeks ago, I was doing a live feed. I was doing a live stream broadcast, and we had questions. I let people ask me questions, and I answer them and so forth on the live feed. And someone asked me, and this was in the evening, they said, "Did you see blankety blank story?" And I admitted that no, I had not. And I thought about it for a second, and I realized that particular day, I was finishing up that day with a live stream broadcast. But that day, I had gotten up, I had done some writing and some editing. I prepped a bunch of show notes. I practiced my guitar. I lifted some weights. I trained that day, so I trained my body. I helped improve my body. I think I might have even taken a nap. And I was finishing off my day with a cigar and a live stream. And at that moment, I realized that I had gone the entire day without any so-called news. I hadn't looked at Facebook. I hadn't checked the news feed on the computer, and I felt pretty darn good about it. And I was really happy that I hadn't. And I'll ask you this, all of you news junkies and addicted to the news, are you addicted to something that is helping you to be a positive and productive person? Or is it just starting off your day with a whole big bag of negativity? You can live your life any way you want to. Yesterday we talked about developing good habits. And today we're talking about a habit that may not be so positive, that may not be so good for you. This desire to be informed. But are you really being informed, or are you just being distracted? Or are you being fed hyper negative propaganda? You tell me. All right, folks, that's it for today. Make sure that you're popping over to Amazon, either Amazon paperback or Kindle, for the Morning Mindset book, 30-day plan to a more positive and productive life by yours truly, Paul Markel. I'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you for spending time with us today. To get show notes, submit a topic request, and for more from your host, Paul G. Markel, visit morningmindsetpodcast.com. That's morningmindsetpodcast.com. Please leave a review for this podcast on your favorite podcast player. We appreciate your time and effort, and we look forward to reading your honest feedback.